Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to Guns N' Roses Central. And we've got some Guns N' Roses news as well as some videos I thought you guys might enjoy. So there's a guy named the Daily Woo, and he just does daily video logs, and he's got some really cool stuff. And one of the video logs he did was actually in Lafayette, Indiana. He went to Axl Rose's childhood home. So you guys can check out the video. I've linked to it down below. While he was in Lafayette, he also went to Shannon Hoon's grave, and I guess that's just outside Lafayette. And you can actually Google Street View, like the actual house where Axl grew up on in the street. And he lived there from between when he was born to 1982, when he actually eventually left Indiana and went to LA. And if you guys have seen any of my True Story episodes of any number of songs that I've released so far, Shannon and Axl became friends because they were both from the same town. And Shannon actually sang on some of the Use Your Illusion songs and was actually featured in the video for Don't Cry, and was actually thanked in the end of the video for The Garden. So there's actually a lot of interesting history between the two of them. And Shannon actually came and performed live with Guns N' Roses a number of times during the Use Your Illusion tour, and Blind Melon actually opened for Guns N' Roses throughout Europe in 1993, and a handful of Mexico shows back in April of '93 as well. There was a video that surfaced online a couple of years ago of Shannon Hoon coming on stage when Guns N' Roses were playing in Switzerland in the summer of '93, and he was basically came on stage naked, and he played the bongos during one of the songs. And then we got an old MTV report back from 1989 or so of Slash and David Bowie hanging out backstage. And it's just like a 40-second clip, and the MTV news reporter says it's like one of the few times you can actually see Slash's face because his hair is always covering it up. And as you guys know, David Bowie actually dated Slash's mom way back when he was a kid, and he talks about it in his book a lot. And Slash has always said that he's a big fan of David Bowie as well. And there's a story, I think in Slash's book, where he talks about how Guns N' Roses were playing a show, and David Bowie was in the audience with Slash's mom, and basically Axl just threatened and cursed out David Bowie because he thought that David was hitting on his then girlfriend at the time, Erin Everly. And then we've also got some news about an upcoming movie that's going to feature some Guns N' Roses members. So Metallica, Guns N' Roses, AFI members are going to be featured in a new movie that's being put out, I guess, by the band Green Day. So Green Day is going to be joining forces with a company called Abrarama to distribute an upcoming film called Turn It Around, The Story of East Bay Punk. So the film will arrive in conjunction with Green Day's Summer 2017 North America tour in movie theaters and streaming platforms. So the film is a real deal, as Green Day's band members are credited as executive producers, and Aberama are listed as specialists in handling, marketing, and distribution for music-driven long-form documentaries. So Billie Joe Armstrong was actually commenting about the movie. He said, "Turn It Around gave us the opportunity to tell the story of the East Bay punk rock scene, a scene that's sacred to me, Mike Dirnt, and Trey Cool, and a lot of others who were there at the founding and who helped shape the genre." So Iggy Pop is going to narrate Turn It Around, and the film also features interviews with members of Green Day as well as Metallica's Kirk Hammett, Guns N' Roses' Duff McKagan, and AFI's Davey Havok, and Rancid's Tim Armstrong, and more. And the movie looks at more than 30 years of the California Bay Area's punk music history scene, and its major focus is on the creation of the Berkeley 924 Gilman Street Music Collective. So I'm definitely going to be looking forward to this. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a big Green Day fan as well, and as you guys may have not know or may know, the Green Day actually inducted Guns N' Roses into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back in 2012. It was rumored when they actually were going to be inducting them that they were going to be performing a Guns N' Roses song, because it's pretty typical for a band who's inducting another band to perform their music. But I guess at the last minute they decided they couldn't properly pay homage to Guns N' Roses, so they did one of their own songs instead. Now, Guns N' Roses and, or at least some of the Guns N' Roses members and Green Day kind of have a history together. So Velvet Revolver drummer Matt Sorum sort of laid into Green Day's Billie Joe Armstrong on Twitter back in 2012. So I don't know how much you guys follow Green Day, but Green Day was playing the iHeart Music Festival in Vegas back in 2012. And it was around the time that their 3 albums had come out, or were about to come out. So they had 3 albums that were going to release in the span of 3 months or something. And basically Billie Joe was playing their set, and he was pretty intoxicated, and he went on a rant, pushed his guitar, and was pissed off that their time on stage was about to expire. And basically Matt Sorum tweeted about it. He said, "I thought Billie Joe Armstrong's rant was the most punk rock thing he's ever done. Then he had to go and ruin it by apologizing. Corporate rock is alive and well. Never really bought that band anyways." But it seems like Duff and Billie Joe have probably a better relationship since they're both from the punk rock scene. And Duff and the members of Green Day, as well as a bunch of other musicians, actually signed a letter to President Obama late last year about the Dakota Access Pipeline. There's rumors last year that Green Day was actually going to be opening one of Guns N' Roses' shows at Dodger Stadium. And actually, the Cult made a little statement about it. They said a lot of people thought this would be Green Day, but it's not. And Asbury seemed a bit frustrated during the Cult's opening for Guns N' Roses just due to the lack of reaction to his band. And we also had this photo from, I think it was Guns N' Roses' show in Seattle of last year that they played, where Duff and his wife are with Mike Dirnt and his wife, and you could see Axl photobombing them in the back. So that basically does it for today's news, guys. So that does it for today's Guns N' Roses news. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, make sure you subscribe to my channel for all things related to Guns N' Roses. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed the contents of this video, and be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter. I always post exclusive stuff on there that I never post on my YouTube channel, and I always post whenever I have YouTube updates on there too. So go follow me. If you guys want to interact with me, you can do it on probably Facebook and Twitter, and I also try my best to reply to comments in the section below. So the links to my social media accounts are down below, guys. Thanks for watching, and have yourself a good day.